Ba 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 ba.
Oh. Oh, hey. Welcome back to the Homemade Show. So, as you can see, I'm here with no co host. I think he might be asleep. Today's topic is supposed to be The Force Awakens, Star Wars. We're going to talk about it and just, give our views and what we thought of the movie. But I have no co host right now, so I'm going to give him a call. I think he might actually be asleep. So, if you saw the first episode, this will be a little similar. Let's check it out. See if we can get him. Last time I did this, he said I woke him up abruptly. He thought his dad was calling him. But I don't even know if he's asleep right now. Or if he's just not there. Unavailable. Let's try it again. Go.
What the stink?
What happened?
What are you doing?
Well, we're live, buddy.
You woke me up.
I did.
Why'd you do that?
Well, we're supposed to be filming a show.
Alright, whatever.
What?
I'm up. I was basically half awake anyways.
So you were asleep. That's what I said.
Kinda half and half.
I said he was gonna be asleep. Well, are you gonna turn your camera around?
I put my shirt on.
Probably a good idea.
Why would you? Okay.
What do you mean, why would I?
Could have messaged me and not filmed.
I could have, but it wouldn't be nearly as funny.
I mean, you didn't even know what I was doing.
I assumed you were asleep. I just always have to assume you're asleep, right? Oh.
Probably.
I could tell, it was obvious.
Well, did you just wake up?
No.
That's pretty scrub.
What do you mean?
Of me, I mean.
Oh, it's pretty scrub of you, yeah. It's like, oh, I just roll out of bed and start filming a show.
You said around 11. I assumed that you would FaceTime anyways. That would wake me up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You figured I'd pull this move on you?
Yep.
Yep. Well, here it is. Oh my.
Made your bed, head.
Somebody just woke up. Turn it sideways.
I can't do that.
Come on. There. Now we can see you. Holy cow, what happened to you? What's the topic?
Bye.
Yeah, bye. What's the topic? Yeah.
Yeah. Force Awakens.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Oh yeah, I didn't say this yet, but spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, major spoilers.
If you have not seen the movie, don't watch the rest of this video.
We'll give you a few minutes to leave.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Then after you watch the movie, come back and watch this again.
Wait. There.
What was that?
Closing the triangle.
Oh yeah. So you've seen the movie once, right? Only once yet so far?
Yeah.
I've seen it twice.
I can't really remember it.
You can't remember it already?
Like, I get a little bit.
So it's really worth those billions of dollars then, I guess. It's so
some
forgettable.
Wait, did you see it? When did you see it?
I saw it when it opened, like the Friday when it opened, and then I saw it like 2 weeks after that.
So you saw it day one.
Basically, yeah.
Was it a packed house?
Yeah. Lots of people were in there. The stupid thing, though, of my personal experience was that when the movie started, nobody went, yay! You know how they do that sometimes? When Star Wars
Yeah.
opens? Nobody did that. It was really disappointing.
It's because you didn't see it at midnight.
Maybe.
I saw it the day after.
The day after I saw it?
No, like, I saw it day two. Me and Annabelle went because she's all, let's go see Star Wars.
I really need to see Star Wars. I can't take it anymore. Oh. Right?
Yeah. And it wasn't really that packed when I went.
No?
There was quite a bit of people, but it wasn't full.
Was it in the middle of the day? Was it,
No,
it was at night?
It was like at around 7 or 8 at night. In the evening we saw it, and with me too, when the scroll, the credits started going up, nobody clapped either. I don't know what that is.
It's this guy. This guy.
Sin Cara?
Yeah, what he's called right now is Sin Cara. What's the cat's name?
Stir.
Stir. Abby. You call her Abster.
Yeah, but I call her Abster or Stir.
So, when you watched the movie, what did you think about it? Like, when it was first opening? Like, because you remember the other ones, and then, like, what did you feel when you were watching it? Like, right at the beginning? Did you feel like, okay, this is definitely Star Wars, or like, whoa, this has a different feel?
No, it felt like Star Wars. Because it had said Star Wars in the beginning, and then the music came up and the words started going, and I was like, I kind of was fanboying out a little bit.
Fanboy.
It
Oh,
was
you
like
sort
going
of
up
have to be
and
a
on
Star Wars
to
fanboy.
Every time something would happen, I'd be like, oh, look at that.
You're being a total fanboy.
Go up, yeah.
Yeah, I was really excited when obviously you see the Star Wars and the yellow text scrolling and everything, and then the very first line, Luke Skywalker is missing. That really set the stage, I guess, for me. And then, but as it started, as the movie started, and you could see the way it was made, like the graphics and the technology that was used to make it. It took me a while to say, okay, this is definitely a Star Wars movie, because it was so modern. It was modern yet old. Like it took a while for me to merge those two together in my mind. This is super modern filmography, but it's still that old style, and I think that's what the director was looking to do. And like as you get into the movie, it's like, okay, this is definitely Star Wars, and then you get into the story and stuff.
Yeah, it did feel modern to me too.
But it's cool. It's like an update to the series. It's like a really updated version of it, but still, you can feel like it's still got that touch of the original three that came out.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
I
What
think
about
he's still asleep.
you know that? What about the beginning?
What do you mean?
After, or no, not that. What did you think of that one stormtrooper?
Finn? Well, they explained it later. I don't know if you caught it. There was a little scene where, because they kept failing to find BB-8, like they couldn't catch it, they couldn't figure out where it was, and they couldn't, they just couldn't find it or whatever. They had one little scene where they said maybe Supreme Leader Snoke should have used a clone army instead of what they used. So that's a hint back to like the original Stormtroopers were all clones, and then in this new army they built, they chose not to use those clones, and they were
basically. Did they say that?
Yeah, I caught that line in there, but they basically were like kidnapping children and turning them into soldiers. That's basically what the Stormtroopers are now.
I heard Finn say that sometime that he didn't know who his parents were, and they basically recruited him and trained him. But then he was like one of those guys who was like, "This is wrong."
Yeah, he realized, this isn't right at all. Because the clones are like programmed. They're programmed to, not know anything except what they're told to do.
And that's kill.
Yeah, but
so easy to kill.
Yeah, but Finn isn't. He's not a clone, so he's not made that way, and so he actually came to his senses. He's like, wait a minute, this is completely wrong. They can't be doing this. So then he turned over to the good side.
I remember at one point, I think it was after the first battle, where he was just standing there, and Kylo Ren looked at him as if like, "What are you doing? Why aren't you killing me?"
Right? Why'd you blast him?
And then he left. Yeah, and they got back to the base, and Finn took his mask off, and the guy's like, "What do you think you're doing with your helmet off?"
Right.
And he's like, about to put it back on.
Yeah. And then the big one, what do you think about Han Solo?
Seeing him for the first time was like epic.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, and then
what?
And then towards the end, what happens?
Well, he kind of gets stabbed.
Yeah,
but that's kind of jumping ahead.
Well, it is jumping ahead, but we're just kind of talking about it. Whatever.
And well, then I think when Han Solo heard the voice, she went like this to me. She's like, I was just like,
what do you mean when he said Chewie, we're home? Is that what you mean, or when he got stabbed?
I think it was either that part, or I think when they were underneath that, hiding in that thing, you could hear him talking or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think I even went, "Oh, there's Han Solo and Chewie."
It's really awesome.
Because it was cool, and then I don't know, just seeing him as Han Solo after like Return of the Jedi is like
really
kind of surreal.
Yeah. What was the funniest part of the movie? Dude. Yeah, the funniest part. This isn't a quiz. I'm just wondering what part you thought was the funniest.
I don't think really any of it was that funny.
Yeah, there was there was one part. It was when they were going to go and try to take down the shields of the what was it called, Star Killer base, when it was Finn and Chewie and Han Solo down.
Is that when Finn is just like, we'll use the Force, and he's like, the Force doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And Chewie's like, oh, you're cold.
He's like, you're cold. He's like, you're covered in fur. And then and he goes to Finn.
That was like classic Han Solo and Chewie humor.
Yeah, it was so funny, that whole scene.
Or there was another funny part. I think it was when Han Solo first showed up, and Chewie was just like, ugh, and Finn's like, you can understand him? And he's like, yeah, he can understand you.
Yeah. Or
like
when
pointing out that he doesn't talk, he just makes like noises.
yeah, or when Chewie got blasted in the arm and Finn's trying to bandage him up and they're wrestling around because Chewie doesn't want him bandaging him up.
Yeah.
That was funny. He's like, how am I supposed to do this? He's fighting with him the whole time.
I kind of felt bad for him when he got shot. I thought he was actually going to die.
Yeah, I thought they were going to kill him right there. Like, oh no, he got shot. But no, they just...
Yeah, there was something, I think after, it was in the... Oh wait, before that, what do you think of the lightsaber duel between Finn and Kylo Ren?
Between Finn and Kylo Ren. Well, Kylo Ren... Or Finn didn't really even know what he was doing.
Finn is a non-Jedi using a saber. I think that's the first time a Jedi or non-Jedi or someone without the Force used the lightsaber.
Yeah, you could tell he didn't know what he was doing, and Kylo Ren was trained, and he's just kind of just taking it to him.
But Finn did a pretty good fight, though. He was just like dodging and going.
Yeah, he took a lightsaber up the back, though.
That's how scrubby it was.
Yeah, he took it up the back, and then all of a sudden his lightsaber goes down, and then Rey goes like this, and she grabs it.
Rey, we haven't spoke about her yet. I thought she was actually pretty cool character.
Yeah, she is. She's like the center point character, like the main one, I think.
And in the movie, it says that she also has the Force.
Yeah, and she started using it. But it's kind of weird though, because I've heard some other people say it's like, how would she know, like when she was strapped into that thing and she was talking to the stormtrooper and said, you're gonna unshackle me and you're gonna leave the door open and you're gonna give me your blaster. How would she know to be able to do that unless maybe she was previously trained and just forgot? Yeah, like how would she come up with that? But I don't know. It was really fun to watch that because it's like, oh, listen to this. So she's gonna do the same thing Obi-Wan did. But it was cool.
Yeah, but he's like, it didn't work at first. She said it, and then he's like, you think I'm gonna do that? And then she's like, you will take these shackles off me and leave the door open behind you. And then he's just like, I'm gonna unshackle you.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I will do that after all.
I thought he was gonna be joking. I thought when I saw that, I was like, oh, come on. And then he's like, said it, and then he goes,
oh,
I will. And yeah. I thought he was gonna be like, gonna do it, and then go, just kidding.
Yeah, just kidding. That didn't work. Sorry, old Jedi mind trick.
They should have. That would have been funny.
And then how about the very end?
What very end? Like the very end?
The very end of the movie. What do you think about that scene and what's to come?
The fact that Luke Skywalker was only in it for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, but it was awesome. It was an awesome 20 seconds. But what?
I thought that he was going to be in it. I thought he was going to be in it, but I thought he was going to be in it like sometime near the middle.
I did.
Like that style scene, and then like I thought was going to be dialogue.
I did too. I thought that he would be in it a lot more than he was. I thought they would find him and then something different would happen, but
sometimes it's better if you just like see him briefly with no dialogue, because then it's like it builds up for the next one, and then you wonder what's going to happen with Rey and him. Maybe he'll train her.
I think that it might be his daughter, and that when he turned around and looked, that the look on his face was a look of like shock and.
Like he knew, but she didn't.
Yeah, he knows. It's confusion. It's You know, like, how the heck did you get here? Why are you here? You're handing me this lightsaber. Oh my goodness, I'm being called back to being a Jedi. All that stuff. You could kind of pick all that up in just the turn and the look on his face. But I think that that's his daughter.
I think it might be too, but you never know. It might
Yeah.
not be.
Yeah. I think that she has no idea, but he knows. That's what I think.
Like Darth Vader and Luke.
Right. Right. The
Spoiler
father,
alert.
the father knows, and the offspring has no idea, and she's gonna find out later.
Would you? There's another part where it's brief, but when they go into that bar, you can see all those flags up top over it.
Yeah.
I told you before that, though, or I mentioned to you that those flags were actually from the first one. When before the pod race, when all those like not Obi Wan, C-3PO and those other things are walking across the pod racers,
Yeah.
and Anakin's is up there.
Yeah. Somebody pointed that out, that Anakin's flag is up there. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. They're playing back into the old movies to try to keep everything familiar and cohesive. How many
What about?
how many stars would you give the movie?
I don't know, maybe 4.5.
4.5 stars.
You know what? Would you give it 5? Yeah, allowed to give it 5 stars, but you'll give it 1,000.
I would give it 5 stars just because I love Star Wars and it's awesome to see it come back, and I like the fact that the first one leaves you with all kinds of questions at the end, just like the first one of
New
Star
Hope.
Wars. Well, New Hope only left you with like Darth Vader got away because the Death Star was destroyed and all that, and I know that that was kind of done.
That one only gave you like nothing, no questions, because then they were walking. They got some sort of Medal of Honor or whatever.
Yeah, the George Lucas said before that the first one was built. It was done that way, and the only thing at the end was that Darth Vader got away because he did not know whether he was even going to be able to make the other two. They had to see what Star Wars would do. So
So
he
they basically just did it like that.
he kind of built it with a conclusion. Like the whole Death Star was destroyed. They get a medal at the end. It's kind of like over, except for Darth Vader got away. So if they were able to make the second movie, then they had something to go with because Darth Vader got away.
We
So
haven't talked about Kylo Ren yet either.
what about
What
him?
do you think of him?
What do I think about him? Uh,
He's
well,
kind of a scrub.
no, it's interesting because um if Rey is Luke's daughter and Kylo Ren obviously is Han Solo and Princess Leia's son, then I heard somebody else say that it's kind of like the good and bad battle inside of Anakin